In a small Tennessee town, rugged rancher Cole Turner is under mounting pressure from his meddling family to settle down. Tired of the constant nagging, he hires Riley Morgan, a struggling actress with a complicated past, to pose as his fiancée for a family reunion. But what begins as a harmless charade spirals into something far more real, as secrets from Riley's past resurface, including a deadly fire, and a vengeful ex-Cole is forced to confront his own feelings. What starts as a lie becomes the most genuine thing either of them has ever known. But will love survive when the truth finally comes out? This is a story you will want to sit back and enjoy. Before we start, I would like you to subscribe, like, and comment on this video from where you are watching from. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories. Let us begin. Cole Turner stared out at the vast Tennessee sky, the porch swing creaking beneath him. His denim shirt clung to his broad shoulders, sweat trailing down his temples from the day's labor. The fields were calm now, but his mind wasn't. "Boy, you ain't getting any younger," his mother Margaret had snapped that morning over biscuits and gravy. "Your cousin Luke brought home a girl from Atlanta, and she's already pregnant. What are you waiting for, rapture?" His sister Janie chimed in. "You know Ma won't leave you alone till there's a wedding ring involved, or at least a woman with a pulse in the passenger seat." Everyone had something to say. At church, at the diner, even old Miss Ruth, who sold peaches at the farmer's market, asked when he was finally going to bring someone home. Truth was, Cole was tired. Tired of the questions, tired of the pitying looks. He had focused on running his late father's ranch since he was 23, sacrificing everything else, including his social life. Women came and went, but none stayed. The spark never lasted. That night, he opened his laptop and hesitated before typing into the search bar, "Hire a pretend girlfriend for family event." That's when he stumbled across a site that offered discreet companionship services for social obligations. One profile caught his attention. Name: Riley Morgan, age 26, profession freelance actress, barista. Bio: down to earth, drama free, and great with awkward family dinners. The next day, he sent her a message. "You want me to pretend to be your fiancée for a week? In the middle of nowhere, Tennessee?" Riley asked, arms folded as she leaned across the table at the Nashville coffee shop. She was nothing like the women Cole grew up around. Tattoos peeked from beneath her cardigan sleeve. She had a little stud in her nose, and her hair was a messy auburn halo, but her eyes were sharp, mischievous, curious. "That's the deal," Cole said, voice steady. "Just act like you're crazy about me until Sunday. My family'll back off. I'll pay you $5,000, and then you go back to your life." Riley raised a brow. "Do I have to kiss you?" He smirked slightly. "Only if they're watching." After a long beat, she sipped her coffee. "Fine, but I'm charging extra for fake wedding talk." 2 days later, Riley stepped out of Cole's pickup truck onto his family's ranch, her hand clutching his like she'd been doing it forever. His mother gasped, "Well, I'll be." "Is this her?" Janie's jaw dropped. "You didn't say she was this pretty." Margaret was already ushering Riley toward the house. "I need every detail, sweetheart. When did y'all meet? When's the wedding? Do you want roses or tulips?" Cole stood there stunned as Riley turned back, winked at him, and said sweetly, "We tell them about the proposal now or later, honey?" He didn't know what surprised him more, her ability to lie like a pro, or the way his chest fluttered when she called him honey. That evening, under the string lights of the back porch, Riley pulled Cole aside. "You owe me a bonus," she whispered, her smile fixed as Margaret peered at them through the window. "For what?" "For keeping your mom from checking my left hand every 5 seconds. She pulled a plastic ring from her pocket and slid it onto her finger. "Found this in your niece's toy box." Cole chuckled. "You're good at this. I'm a professional." But as she looked at him a moment longer, her smile faltered. "Hey, Cole, this may be a gig, but I need one thing from you." "What's that?" he asked. "No surprises. I hate lies outside the script." He nodded. "Fair enough." But neither of them knew the biggest surprise was already happening. Later that night, Riley overheard hushed voices on the porch, Margaret and Janie. She seemed sweet, But did you notice that scar on her wrist? And that story about how they met? Doesn't it up? Cole stepped out just in time to hear Janie say, "We don't know who she really is." And Riley, hidden in the shadows, quietly whispered to herself, "They can't find out. Not about my past." The Turner house was alive with chatter and fried chicken. The whole extended family had gathered for a spontaneous, welcome dinner in honor of Cole's new fiancée. Riley moved through the crowd like a seasoned actress, laughing when expected, linking her arm through Cole's, sharing an exaggerated story of how he proposed during a thunderstorm in a Waffle House parking lot. She even made Cole laugh, a real, hearty laugh he hadn't let loose in years. But behind her easy smile, Riley's nerves burned. She'd caught Janie watching her all evening, brows knit in quiet suspicion. And when she stepped into the bathroom earlier, the medicine cabinet had been left slightly ajar, like someone had just rifled through it. "Don't panic. It's just a gig. A week, remember?" After the dinner, Riley stood barefoot on the porch, sipping sweet tea and letting the crickets calm her. Cole joined her, his shirt sleeves rolled up, leaning against the rail beside her. "You held your own tonight," he said. "I told you," she replied. "I'm a professional." "But you didn't tell me about the scar." She froze. Slowly, she lowered her arm. "Your sister asked," he continued. "Said she saw it while you were passing the cornbread. You want to be ready if they keep pressing." Riley swallowed hard, keeping her eyes on the field. "Say I got it when I was a teenager. Fell through a glass door. Easy enough. Is it true?" She looked at him sharply. "Do you really want to know the truth? Or do you just want the lie that fits your story better?" Cole held her gaze for a long moment. "I just want to be prepared." Something about his calm tone unnerved her more than if he'd raised his voice. Later that night, Cole lay in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying the evening's conversations. There was something about Riley beyond the act. Her jokes landed too well. The way she'd looked at his mother with kindness wasn't rehearsed, and the flash of sadness that crossed her face when she thought no one was watching, that was real, and that scared him more than anything. Meanwhile, Janie wasn't sleeping. In the glow of her laptop, she clicked through search results. Riley Morgan, Nashville, freelance actress. It didn't take much digging. An old blog, a few Instagram posts from 2 years ago, and then an article headline: "Nashville woman escapes tragic fire, suspected arson, 1 man dead." Janie clicked it, heart pounding. There was a blurry photo. It was Riley, same auburn hair, same sharp eyes, but thinner. Frayla Riley Morgan, 24, survived a suspicious apartment fire in East Nashville. The incident, still under investigation, claimed the life of her boyfriend, local musician Caleb James. Authorities suspect foul play, but no charges have been filed. Janie stared at the screen, her lips pressed into a tight line. The next morning, Riley stepped into the barn to find Cole brushing down one of the horses. She smiled gently. "I thought I'd help today," she offered. Before he could answer, Janie appeared behind them, holding her phone. "You lied," she said, eyes locked on Riley. Cole's brows furrowed. "What's going on?" Riley's smile vanished. Janie held out the phone with the article open. "Tell him, Riley. Tell him who you really are." And just like that, the axe started to crumble. The barn fell deathly still. Dust motes floated in the shafts of morning sunlight, suspended like time itself. Riley stared at the screen in Janie's outstretched hand. The headline blurred as her heart pounded in her ears. Cole looked from his sister to Riley, tension tightening his jaw. "Janie, what is this?" Riley stepped forward slowly, like approaching a ledge. "It's not what you think." "Oh really?" Janie snapped. "Because what I think is you're a liar. You lied about who you are. You didn't fall through a glass door. You survived a fire that killed your boyfriend. The police suspected arson. I wasn't charged," Riley said firmly, her voice shaking. "Because I didn't do it." Cole stared at her, jaw clenched. "Is it true?" "Yes," she whispered. "I was there. But I didn't start the fire, Cole. I was the one who called 911. I nearly died trying to pull him out." Janie crossed her arms. "Why didn't you say anything?" "Because no one ever looks at me the same after they know," Riley said bitterly. "Not landlords, not employers, Definitely not small-town families looking for the perfect daughter-in-law. I thought I could just pretend for a few days. Pretend to be someone you'd all accept. You let my mom hug you, Janie said quietly, eyes narrowing. You looked her in the eye and told her you were raised in a happy home. I was, Riley snapped, until my mom died and my stepfather drank himself into madness. Until I had to work 2 jobs and audition on coffee breaks and fight like hell just to survive in a city that doesn't care. Yeah, I lied. But I didn't come here to hurt anyone. Cole's silence was deafening. Riley's eyes turned to him, pleading. Say something. He looked away. I need time. Back in the guest room, Riley packed her bag with shaking hands. She could feel the house closing in around her. The silence from Margaret. The glances from Janie. Even the younger cousin seemed to pick up on the tension. She couldn't stay here, not with the past that had followed her like smoke through every door she'd ever opened. That evening, Cole found her sitting on the porch steps, her duffel by her feet. The golden light of the sunset made her look like a mirage, half in this world, half ready to disappear. You leaving? He asked. What's the point in staying? She said softly. You said you needed time. I don't have the luxury of waiting to be judged again. Cole sat down beside her. You should have told me. Would you have hired me if I did? He didn't answer. But here's the messed up part, she added with a shaky laugh. Somewhere along the line, I stopped pretending. And I think you did too. Cole looked at her, then really looked. Past the hurt. Past the secrets. Something raw flickered in his eyes. I don't know what's real anymore, he admitted. Riley stood and grabbed her bag. I'll make it simple for you, she whispered. That kiss at the bonfire last night, that was real. She turned and walked down the steps toward the road. Meanwhile, inside the house, Janie stood in the kitchen, pacing. Margaret entered quietly. You went too far. She lied to us, Janie hissed. She's also the first girl Cole has smiled around in years. Janie opened her mouth to argue, but her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. You don't know the whole story. Riley isn't who she says she is. And Caleb's death wasn't an accident. Attached was a blurry photo, Riley standing outside a motel, talking to a man with a familiar tattoo. That night, Cole couldn't sleep. His heart tugged between instinct and uncertainty. Then his phone buzzed. Unknown number. You want the truth about your fiancée? Meet me behind the barn at midnight. Come alone. Cole stared at the message, his pulse quickening. He grabbed his boots. Cole's boots crunched over gravel as he crossed the ranch yard under the moonlight. A faint wind rustled the trees, and the barn loomed ahead like a dark sentinel. His breath clouded in the cool air, tension coiling in his gut. He didn't know who had sent the text, but something told him this wasn't a prank. As he rounded the barn, a figure stepped out of the shadows. A man, tall, lean, wearing a worn leather jacket and a ball cap pulled low. You Turner? The man asked. I am. You the one who sent the message? The man nodded. He lit a cigarette, the flame illuminating a sharp jawline and the snake tattoo that curled up his neck, the same tattoo from the photo Janie received. My name's Dean. I knew Caleb, Riley's ex. Cole stiffened. What do you want? Just to tell you what she won't. Riley didn't just walk away from a fire. She ran from it. She left Caleb in that apartment. Cole's eyes narrowed. You were there? Dean took a drag. I lived next door. I heard them fighting before it all went up in flames. Caleb was high, and he was angry. She stormed out before the blaze. You do the math. That's not proof she started anything, Dean smirked. I didn't say she did, but she sure as hell didn't stick around to help. Cole clenched his fists. She told me she tried to pull him out. Is that what she said? Dean flicked his cigarette away. You sure you know the woman sleeping under your roof? Before Cole could say another word, Dean turned and disappeared into the dark. The next morning, Riley was gone. Her room was stripped clean. No note, no goodbye, just a single plastic engagement ring left on the nightstand. Cole stood in the doorway, jaw tight. Margaret approached quiet. She left at dawn, she said. Didn't ask for a ride, just walked toward the main road with her bag. Janie appeared behind them, still holding her phone. She blocked me. Cole stared at the ring for a long time. Then he turned away and grabbed his truck keys. I'm going after her. Meanwhile, Riley boarded a Greyhound bus in Nashville, sunglasses pulled low over her face. She kept her head down, heart aching, trying to forget the way Cole had looked. At her last, confused, conflicted, maybe even afraid, she opened her phone to a private email account. A new message blinked. From unknown sender 95@mailnet.com. Subject: You're running again. Body: You never told him the whole story. Don't worry, I will. Her fingers trembled. She deleted the message, but the chill stayed in her bones. Back at the ranch, Cole drove with one hand on the wheel, the other gripping his phone. He tried calling her voicemail every time. He didn't even know where to start looking. Nashville was big, and she had a head start. Then his phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. Riley's in danger. If you care about her, come to the Blue Star Motel outside Franklin, room 6. Come alone. Cole's blood ran cold. Another trap? Maybe. But one thing was clear, he wasn't just doing this because he needed a fake fiancée anymore. Somewhere between the lies, he had fallen in love with her, and if someone was coming after her, he'd be damned if he let her face it alone. Cole pulled up to the Blue Star Motel just after sunset. The air was thick with tension. Room 6 had its curtains drawn. No sign of life. He approached slowly, heart pounding. He raised his fist and knocked. No answer. Then just as he reached for the doorknob, it creaked open on its own. Inside, the room was dark. A flickering lamp buzzed in the corner, and sprawled across the floor, half conscious, was Riley, her wrist bleeding, a broken glass beside her. Before he could reach her, a voice behind him whispered low and cold, I warned you to stay out of this. Cole spun around, heart hammering. A man stood in the doorway, blocking the light. It was Dean, the same guy from the barn, but now, there was no easy grin, no cigarette, no posturing, just menace. You followed her, Cole said, moving to shield Riley with his body. Dean stepped inside and shut the door behind him. She should have kept her mouth shut. Riley groaned faintly on the floor, blood seeping through a towel pressed to her wrist. Cole dropped to his knees, wrapping his flannel shirt around her arm to stop the bleeding. Stay with me, Riley, he said. I've got you. Cole, she murmured, barely conscious. I didn't tell him. I swear. Dean reached into his jacket pocket, and Cole braced himself. But instead of a weapon, Dean pulled out a burner phone and held it up. You know what this is, he said darkly. This is every voicemail she left Caleb the week before the fire. Screaming, threatening to leave, talking about the pills he was taking. She told me she was gonna burn it all down, start over. I saved them, just in case. You sick son of a. Cole surged to his feet. Dean grabbed him by the collar and shoved him against the wall. I don't care if she did or didn't light the match. What matters is, she ran. And she left me holding the bag. You think she just walked away from a fire? His eyes flashed. She walked away from me. Realization hit Cole like a hammer. You weren't just Caleb's neighbor. Dean stepped back, smirking. I was her secret, her mistake. The one she doesn't talk about. Cole's hands clenched into fists. Then why follow her here? What do you want? Dean's smile dropped. I want people to stop thinking she's innocent. Cole stared at him, then looked at Riley, broken, bleeding, shaking on the floor. She is innocent, he said, voice like steel. And if you ever come near her again, I will bury you. Dean scoffed. You don't scare me, cowboy. Maybe not, Cole said, but the cops will. He grabbed the burner phone, yanked it from Dean's hand, and shoved past him toward the door. Where are you going? Dean barked. Cole looked over his shoulder. To get her help, and to make damn sure you can't touch her again. Later that night, Riley lay in a hospital bed, pale but stable. Her arm was bandaged, her heart monitor beeping softly. Cole sat beside her, refusing to leave. She stirred, eyes fluttering open. You came for me, she whispered. I told you I'd need time, he said. But I was wrong. I didn't need time. I needed the truth. I'm sorry, she choked. I thought if you knew everything, you'd walk away. He interrupted gently. Maybe once, but not anymore. He reached for her hand. No more pretending, Riley. Not about the past. Not about us. She looked at him, voice shaking. "There is no us, Cole. I'm just the girl you hired to fake a life." He shook his head. "No, you're the woman I fell for somewhere. Between the porch swing, the kiss at the bonfire, and the way you stood up to my family with that plastic ring on your finger." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "You shouldn't love me. I'm messy. I'm complicated. I've lost everything before." He leaned in and whispered, "Then maybe it's time someone stood by you when the fire gets close." 1 month later, the Turner Ranch buzzed with activity. White folding chairs lined the backyard. Sunflowers adorned the tables. And on the wooden arch near the porch, a hand-painted sign read, "Love doesn't follow a script." Guests murmured and laughed, confused and delighted. Margaret beamed. Janie looked begrudgingly impressed. And then, the music played. Riley walked down the aisle in a simple cream dress, barefoot, her scar visible, but no longer hidden. Her auburn hair flowed in soft waves, her smile radiant. Cole stood waiting. At the altar, wearing his cleanest jeans and a fresh white shirt, eyes locked on hers. When she reached him, he took her hands. "Today isn't a performance," he whispered. "I know," she said softly. "It's the only real thing I've ever had." After the ceremony, as the sun dipped below the Tennessee hills, Riley stood alone near the edge of the field. Cole came up behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist. "Still afraid?" he asked. "A little," she admitted, "but not of the past anymore." "What then?" "Of losing this." He turned her gently, brushing her hair behind her ear. "You won't," he said. "Not this time." They kissed under the fading light. No cameras, no scripts, no audience, just two people who started off pretending and ended up finding the kind of love no act could fake.